Hello students. So anything which has mass and occupies some space is called as matter. That means anything which is having some weight and it should occupy some space, it has some volume, is called as matter. So can we call this whiteboard as matter? Yes, it has some mass, it occupies some space, it's a matter. And what about this marker? This is also matter. The wall is also matter. The tree is a matter. We are also matter. We are all matter, students. But what this matter is made up of? What we are all made up of? What everything is made up of? The answer is atoms. Everything is made up of atoms only. The wall, the marker, the whiteboard, or the tree, everything on planet Earth is made up of atoms only. I'm not saying in the universe. Why? Because in the universe majority portion is occupied by the energy. The matter is made up of atoms. Then what the atom is made up of? Atom is made up of three main subatomic particles, students, called as protons, electrons and neutrons. These three particles are called as subatomic particles which an atom is made up of. Proton is a positively charged particle, neutron is neutral charge, and electron is negative charge. You can see the structure of the atom also. Protons and neutrons located at the center part of the atom, and electrons revolve around the nucleus. This is called as nucleus, protons and neutron, and the electrons are revolving around this group of nucleons. So students, now these atoms, how to define the atoms? The smallest unit of matter is called as an atom. Unit. What is the unit? What it is the unit of? It is the unit of the three subatomic particles. So we are all made up of atoms only. If we are all made up of atoms, why do we look different? Like the wall, the tree, the fan, the whiteboard, the marker, everything, like they're all not same, yes or no? Then where is the difference coming from? That means all these atoms are not same, they are different. Yes or no, students? First of all, answer, how many atoms are there? Can we count? Is it possible to count? There are uncountable number of atoms are there. A single drop of water contains some trillions and trillions of water molecules, students, H2O molecules. So is it possible to count all the atoms on the, we are talking about planet Earth. Is it possible, students? Impossible. Infinite number of atoms are there, uncountable. Now answer, are all these uncountable number of atoms, are they same or different? The answer is they are not same. Obviously they are different. Then what do they differ by? They differ by subatomic particles only. That is the principal difference coming from. So not all the atoms have not same number of subatomic particles. To understand about the atoms, to study about the atoms, we need to classify them, yes or no? And we need to classify them on what basis? Do we need to classify on the basis of size, shape, color, taste? We need to classify them on the basis of subatomic particles, and this classification is called as element. The classification of atoms is called as element. Here many students have the doubt. Atom definition is easy, clear, but here the many students have a doubt about the definition of an element. Like for example, element definition in the books, NCERT books, the definition will be like this. A simplest, a pure substance which cannot be broken down into simpler substances, yes or no? Or a group of atoms is called as an element. So these definitions are not so practical, students. They are correct only. I'm not saying they're wrong. They are correct only. But they do not give the complete idea. They give more confusions. What is, like the moment when they read the definition group of atoms means, students used to think like, okay, a group of atoms, one group is called as an element. That is wrong. It cannot be broken down into simpler substance means, like how can we cannot broken down? Like what does it mean? No idea. So the clear definition of an element is, students, classification of atom. So this classification is done on the basis of proton. Why? Because an atom can lose electrons during the chemical reactions, or it can gain electrons. And the same atom can have sometimes extra neutrons also. They're called as isotopes. But if proton changes, that particular atom only changes. That's why proton is the best subatomic particle. Now students, an atom with one proton and an atom with two protons. Do you think these two atoms are same or different? An atom with one proton, an atom with two protons. Of course, protons and neutrons are also there. Of course, electrons and neutrons are also there. Are these two atoms same or different? The answer is different. Why? Because it has one proton and this atom has two protons. Is it different or not? Definitely we need to classify them or not. This atom is called as hydrogen element and this atom is called as helium element. That's it, simple. That is the definition of an element. classification of atoms. So the moment when you're saying hydrogen element, is there only one atom? No. There are million, trillion, uncountable number of atoms. Yes or no? Of hydrogen atoms. The atoms with one proton. All together can be classified under one particular type called as, that particular type is called as element, students. For example, in a school, there are 100 students are there. In a school, for example, there are 100 students are there. 10 students are studying the first class, 10 are second class, 10 third class, 10 students are 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, total how many students are there? 100 students are there. Each student is like atom. Total how many atoms are there? 100 atoms are there. Do all these 100 students studying the same class? Are they same? No. Do all atoms same? No. In these students, 10 students belong to the first class. Yes or no? This is one type. And 10 students belong to the studying to the second class. This is the second type. And 10 students studying the third class. Third type. Total how many types of students are there according to the class? 10 types. Understood? 10 types of students are there. Now total how many atoms are there according to the types? 118 types are there. That means how many elements are there? 118 elements were there. That means, what does it mean by the element with atomic number 1? It has 1 proton. An element with atomic number 2, 2 protons. Third element, 3 protons. Fourth element, 4 protons. Fifth element, 5 protons. 10th element, 10 protons. 118th element, 118 protons. Once again I am saying, first class means only one student is there. No, 10 students are there in the given example. So hydrogen element means only one atom is there. No, all the infinite atoms having with 1 proton comes under hydrogen element. All the infinite number of atoms with 2 protons called as helium element. For example, look at this. Here how many protons are there? 2 protons are there. Of course, neutrons are there, electrons are also there. But our classification is done based on protons only. If you want to mention a single atom, helium atom or helium element. So atom and element both are not different, both are same. Element is a classification of atoms, students. So how to define this element? The best way to define this element is atoms of same kind or atoms of same type. What's the meaning of same type? The same type is coming from same number of protons. Same number of protons. I have an atom with 3 protons on one side and an atom with 3 protons on other side. Now these two atoms are same or different? They are same. 3 protons and 3 protons. Understood? They can be classified under the third element or not. That's how all the infinite number of atoms are classified into how many types? 118 types. So students, look at these examples. I just represented the atoms, okay, with only protons. Of course, electrons and neutrons are also there. This classification is not done based on electrons and neutrons, only on the basis of protons. So I represented only protons. So listen. So first count, how many atoms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Total how many atoms are there? 14 atoms. Now answer, are all these 14 atoms are the same or different? Obviously they are different. Yes or no? Why? Because they have different number of protons, electrons and neutrons also, but mainly protons. So in these different 14 atoms, total how many types are there? Let's find out. Look at this atom. Look at this atom. It contains how many protons? Only 1. Look at this atom. It contains how many protons? Only 1. And look at this atom. It contains how many protons? Only 1. Yes or no? In all these atoms, there are 3 atoms with 1 proton each. Yes or no? Now these 3 atoms belong to the same type or not? Same type or not? Right? Correct. So in these 14 atoms, 3 atoms belong to one type. It has how many protons? These 3 atoms? 1 proton each. Now look at this atom. It contains how many protons? 2. And look at this atom. It contains 2 protons. And just check. Do we have any other atoms? No. These 2 atoms with 2 protons each. Yes or no? So 2 atoms with 2 protons each. Yes or no? 3 atoms with 1 proton and 2 atoms with 2 protons. Got the clarity? Now, next, third. Look at this. 3 protons here and 3 protons here and 3 protons here. Total how many atoms are there with contain 3 protons? 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So 4 atoms with 3 protons each. Yes or no? Now we have other atoms also, students, like this is 4. and this contains 4 atoms. That's it, 4 atoms and 4, this contains also 4 atoms. Total how many atoms are there? 3 atoms. Each atom contains how many protons? 4 protons. And look at these 2 atoms. It contains 5 protons and this contains 5 protons. Total how many? 2 atoms are there with 5 protons. Okay? Got the clarity? Now just count how many atoms? I said 14 atoms. Let's count. 3 plus 2, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 3, 12. 12 plus 2, 14. Total 14 atoms are there. But all these atoms are the same. They are not same, they are different. What do they differ by? Subatomic particles. So mainly protons. So students, in all these 14 atoms, 3 atoms with, having 1 proton each. Yes or no? This is called as first element. All these 3 atoms comes under element with atomic number 1. And 2 atoms with 2 protons. Yes or no? This is called as second element. Second element means all, of course here on the board I cannot represent all the infinite number of atoms, obviously, sir, no. So I just represented only 2 atoms. But all the infinite number of atoms with 2 protons is called as helium element. These 3 atoms with 1 proton is called as hydrogen. This is called as helium. And look at here, there are 4 atoms with 3 protons each. That is called as lithium. Atomic number 3. What is the meaning of 3 atomic number, students? It contains 3 protons. And there are 3 atoms with 4 protons. This is called as beryllium. What is atomic number? 4. Why? Because 4 protons are there. And there are 2 اتومز, 2 more atoms with 5 protons each. That is boron. Atomic number 5. Atomic number is coming from number of protons only. Students, listen directly. So if an atom having 10 protons, atomic number is 10. It's a different element. Yes, sir, got the clarity. Now in all these 14 atoms, how many types are there? 5 types are there. How many types? 5 types are there. That type is called as an element. That each type is called as an element. Atom, element, both are same only. Yes, sir. Now, for example, an iron atom, atomic number 26. Iron atom here in Hyderabad, as well as iron atom in other country, both are iron only, na students? So that is called as simply iron element. Gold atom in Dubai and gold atom in India is gold only. Why? Because its atomic number is 79. Both belongs to the same element. Your friend, he is studying in Dubai, he is 9th class student. You are also studying 9th class students. So the grade is different for both of you. Same. Why? Because 9th class and 9th class. Got the clarity, students? The same. Atoms anywhere. Group means not all together in a single bench. Okay, anywhere with equal number of protons comes under same element. That element is a classification of atoms. On what basis? On the basis of number of protons. So let us define one more time atom and element. Atom means the smallest unit of matter is called as an atom. Element means atoms of same type is called as an element. That same type coming from same number of protons. Got the clarity? So all these infinite number of atoms are how many types, students? 118 types, are including naturally found and artificially synthesized. So that means 118 types are there, 118 elements are there. So I hope you got the clarity, students.